We mentioned our beautiful pendant one time, and they're almost gone, so we thought we would give you a little bit more of a lengthier look. This is 1 1/4 carat in the Tanzanite. That is huge because anywhere you shop to find a carat, much less 1 1/4 carats, you could pay, you know, 2, 3, 4 times this price. In fact, I dare you to compare. When you look up sources, Gems and Jewelry, the Buying Guide, is one of the most recognized sources in the industry for determining what a price should be for a gemstone. They will tell you Tanzanite should be, per carat, over a couple $1,000s. We are doing Tanzanite today over a carat, well over a carat 1/4 in fact. We've coupled it back with white zircon. We've set this into either white gold or yellow gold. I think those are the 2 choices we have at this point. You're getting the 18-inch and you're getting something that was appraised, the lowest appraised price, $880. Our price was $429. We have 19 people who can get not only Tanzanite, but get the depth of color that is considered to be gem quality. The best of the best of the best. As we were talking about before, Tanzanite was only discovered in 1967, introduced in the United States by Tiffany & Company in 1969, and they had the trade agreement with Tanzania. That was the only place that you could buy it, and you really had to pay their prices if you wanted Tanzanite. Well, today, prices on Tanzanite have actually gone up instead of come down, simply because of what's going on with the mining of Tanzanite. You know, we had Ashish with us at the first of the hour, and his family is known as one of the premier dealers of Tanzanite. And he was saying that every single day when they mine Tanzanite, they're going down about the equivalent of 3 times the length of the Empire State Building. To mine this gemstone, they're coming out with fewer and fewer pieces and lesser pieces of the color that you're actually seeing here. So I hope you can get this. We have the final now 5 of these left. We'll let you know when it's sold out.